Even if her experiences differed slightly each time, Chloe's loop would repeat in this fashion regardless. The key was Hinata's death, and it was the same this time. This time was the same. Which means that I die every time. Hinata was quite bewildered. It was rather discomforting and awkward. Yet Chloe did not mind Hinata and continued. But this time was very special. Usually, Rimuru-san would already be dead before I leap into the past. He's never seen me time leap before. Rimuru would always die from some unknown cause. Until now. Rimuru was fine this time when Chloe leaped. Hinata had seen it too, so perhaps they could expect a different outcome for once. Indeed, many things had changed compared to last time. Perhaps Chloe's endless cycle could end here too, Hinata silently decided. Considering that guy, he'd probably think that he could pull through under those circumstances somehow, even if it's illogical. Right. If I get back to that time period, Rimuru-san will still be there. No one will die this time, and we can find who killed Rimuru-san and Hinata. Just as Chloe had said, compared to the last timeline, the entire situation had improved. The future is filled with hope, Hinata thought. By the way, how come things turned out so differently this time around? What could the cause behind this be? Actually, I managed to regain some memories of the future when I was in the dwelling of the spirits this time. That's why I acted all spoiled to Rimuru-san back in Ingratia, just to have him stay a little bit longer. And then he gave me this as Chloe said so, she pulled the mask out of nowhere. I see. You got it this time as well. Then surely you can get back to that direction in the future. Hinata was very mindful of the mask too. Because of the different situation at the time of her death, she thought Chloe might not have been able to get the mask. Hinata considered the possibility that if things had changed, the mask wouldn't be given to Shizu at the right time. But since Chloe had acquired it, there was no need to worry about it. How clever. Impressed, Hinata began to plan for the future. Since she decided to trust Chloe's words, she wanted to place her hope in the future. It was then that Chloe whispered something to Hinata. By the way, let me be clear about something. Even though I really like Hinata, I won't let you have Rimuru-san. Huh. Between girls, there are some wars that can't be negotiated, even Alice-san said that. They really are just kids, Hinata couldn't help but give a wry smile, hearing Chloe's words. Me liking Rimuru? No way. But she felt rather troubled at the same time, thinking of the possibilities. Were you just panicking? At Chloe's teasing remark, Hinata firmly changed the topic. Not at all. Never mind that, let's get to work. Now that I think about it, this kid has over 2,000 years of memories after repeating this over and over, right? I must not be deceived by her appearance. I must not treat her like some innocent child. The reality of the situation finally dawned on Hinata. And so, the two, Chloe and Hinata, embarked on a bizarre adventure together. Hinata and Chloe decided to first visit one of the few acquaintances they had who was actually alive in the Sierra Luminous. Chloe started off without hesitation. Do you know where she is, though? There was a massive battle over there, and I went check it out. Was it because of Veldora? Aha. Even though he is friends with Rimuru-san now, he was an enemy before. It looked like he was fighting someone, so I wanted to help. Is that so? That someone was Luminous, right? Yeah. I want to go early this time before Veldora-san causes any trouble to tell everyone to evacuate. I will try to get Luminous to trust me and help me. Chloe sure was determined. She also had a good sense of direction, unlike Rimuru. She didn't need Hinata's advice at all, and they made it to their destination without once losing their way. And so, they arrived at Luminous Castle. So this is Nitro's, no wonder Luminous-sama was so proud of it. It was a beautiful castle. Even though it was completely man-made, it looked like an entirely natural fortress. It held a great sense of majesty to it. There were sharp ridges like the thorns of roses in various places. Those seemed to be guards' outposts. Soon enough, someone noticed Chloe approaching the castle, and a large number of vampires ran out. Chloe spoke up to the soldiers surrounding her. I am here to see Luminous, please lead the way. Hinata was surprised at her words. Hold on. Do you think they'll let you leave in one piece with you calling Luminous by her name here? Even with Hinata's warning, Chloe was compassed. It's alright, I am friends with Luminous. Wouldn't that be after you saved them from Veldora's wrath? You are a total stranger now. It was then that Chloe realized that she had confused her memories. Ah, right. I've done this too many times and thought they already finished fighting. And I always get scolded by Hinata for this too. Of course you'd get scolded, Hinata thought. Regardless, she began to worry about how things would turn out as well. Indeed, even though Chloe had gotten used to her situation, this was a first for Hinata. It's better to have a fresh view when dealing with these things, Hinata thought to herself. That's why Hinata proposed that she should take charge for Chloe. Listen now, Chloe. Let me give you advice. Don't reply immediately, but listen to my opinion first. Got it. I figured this would be better too. If I accidentally say the wrong thing, history could be changed. At Chloe's prompt agreement, Hinata felt a bit reassured. However, upon realizing the significance of the words she just said, it also sent shivers down her spine. Hold on a second. She's right. Any slight deviation can alter history. We have such a hopeful future, but if we were to do something wrong, wouldn't it all be for nothing? At this, Hinata realized that her stopping Chloe's reckless act was the right thing to do. Even though she had just made a major mistake, it was fine as long as she avoided repeating her mistake later. It's still salvageable, Hinata thought to herself. Soon after, they were brought before Luminous. Of course, it was not as simple as it sounded. Chloe had to force the soldiers to let her pass. Furious to the point of trembling, Hinata snapped to Chloe, seriously, do you even remember what I just said? It's fine, I've had similar experiences in the past, said Chloe, casually. I had to barge in so I could inform her about Veldora's attack. She sounded as if she had done nothing wrong. Since she claimed that she had done this in the past, Hinata couldn't come up with a retort. Luckily enough, we haven't had any problems. By the looks of this, I'll have to have another look at the information we have. The thought in itself induced a headache. Hinata sighed. That evil dragon will come here soon, you say? Yes. I know Luminous is strong, but you won't be able to win against Veldora. He will destroy the castle too, so it's best if you can all take shelter as soon as possible. Although Hinata's mathematician analyzed Lumina's personality and said it was fine to tell Luminous the truth, Hinata still felt uneasy. Is this really okay? Obviously, they wouldn't tell her the whole truth. Some important parts had to be left out. I do not know you, so I cannot trust you easily. Do you have any proof? Lumina's tone turned a bit gentler. But that was nothing to be reassured about. That was just an act to bait the foolish. Hinata knew this well enough, which was why she began to advise Chloe calmly. She acquired information about what year they were in from Chloe, and by processing all the information in her head, Hinata calculated the time Veldora would invade. At the fastest, Veldora will arrive here in 2 weeks. At a minimum, he will come by fall, so you must be on guard. Luminous was no fool. She could tell if Chloe was lying by analyzing her heart rate and such. Even though Chloe could be lying, she did intimidate those proud soldiers like they were nothing. So there was no reason for her to be a liar. In the end, Luminous decided to drop the decision of trusting her or not, and instead allowed Chloe to stay at the castle. Later on, Veldora came. Luminous fought valiantly. While Chloe wanted to join Luminous in battle, she was stopped by Hinata. Listen closely now, you did not fight against Veldora here in the previous timeline, right? But then you should forget about the other memories. The important thing here is to repeat what you did last time. You must tell Luminous about the future in order to win her trust. However, you must not tell her what happens in the future. This was important, so Hinata repeated it. You only need to follow the road you took last time, so it connects the past with the future we came from. Overwhelmed by her determination, Chloe could only nod in agreement. If Chloe were to share her memories of the future, for instance, Granbelle's betrayal, Luminous would undoubtedly take him out quickly. In that way, it may be impossible for Chloe and Hinata to return to the future where they came from. It had to be avoided no matter what. Hinata and Chloe reconfirmed this. Even though the castle was destroyed by Veldora, due to Chloe's active involvement, there weren't many casualties. This therefore aligned with the history Hinata knew. Since Veldora's attack proved Chloe right, Luminous seemed to trust Chloe too. And so Luminous and Chloe became good friends. In her secret chamber, Luminous met with Chloe. So you've leapt through time on several occasions already, Chloe. I have about 2,000 years worth of memories. Would you like to hear it out? Very much so, do tell. With Lumina's approval, Chloe began to tell her about herself. That was of course while consulting with Hinata. Chloe told Luminous that she would be active as a hero for 2,000 years. After that time later, there would be a slime called Rimuru. After going onto the battlefield, that slime never returned, and then Veldora was released. She also told her that Luminous made friends with Hinata, but that Hinata would be killed by an unknown individual. Neither Chloe nor Hinata knew who killed her and Rimuru. Even though she couldn't give this particular detail, she did reveal information about the circumstances of their deaths and more. I see, and you intend to change the future. No. I hope it will be aligned as closely as possible. Any major changes would likely result in a very different future. I suppose you have a point. I wouldn't complain about a future like that either. But if I must say, I would not accept the fact that the person called Hinata was killed. I have never even met this friend, so I don't know what to expect, Luminous said, smiling. Luminous, thank you. I never thought you'd say this. I am truly happy. It was rather unbelievable that Luminous would say this due to her cold appearance. But she was, in heart, very kind. Hinata knew that very well. Then I promise to be at your aid. It might be difficult to convince Roy, but everyone else should be fine. I will let everyone know that you are my friend. Lumina's eyes sharpened. So, what is your plan for the future? In response, Chloe declared, very naturally, just like before, I want to become a hero and help those in need. Seeing how straightforward she was, Luminous smiled brightly. Is that so? How interesting. It's also quite intriguing to know the person your fate revolves around. What should you be known as then? Chloe and Hinata paused a bit. It probably would be bad if the name Chloe becomes widely known. Leon and Aichin will definitely find out about it. Regardless, neither Hinata nor anyone else ever found out the actual name of the hero anyway. Even though they had given Luminous her actual name, it was best that they hide this from the world. What should we do? What did you do before? Well, I've always come up with a random name. Usually I don't have to give any name before leaving. Then you should do the same. Hinata was about to say this when she recalled Rimuru's words. He complained a lot about the trouble he had when naming monsters. That's why Hinata decided to throw out a name she thought of in that instant. Right, since your name is Chloe, and have the unique skill time travel, we can combine it with the god of time, Chronos, to be Chronoa. Why not Chronoa? We'd get exposed quite easily if we spelt it that way, no? Ah, you have a point. Got it, then I shall be called Chronoa. Using Hinata's mathematician to accelerate their internal conversation, they had this emergency conference to quickly decide the alias they would use. Call me Chronoa. It's best that the world doesn't learn my real name. From today onward, I shall be Chronoa the hero. And so, the name Chronoa left its mark in this world.